Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo, and it has been a while. It's been a while. Sorry. We're gonna restart Chihayafuru. We've got season 3 ahead of us. I think episode 20 aired this morning. I'm gonna be watching it on Tuesdays as opposed to the Mondays that we were previously doing because Monday is currently occupied by Dorohedoro and the retro OVA slot thing, which takes a good bit of time and varies, but a good bit of time. So Tuesday, with a currently empty slot, and actually being the day that Chihayafuru airs, is perfect. Again, though, we have 20 episodes. That was part of the whole point of taking a break here, and watching some other things like Tatami Galaxy, and yeah, it was pretty wonderful to do. So we've got a whole slew of episodes ahead of us. We haven't finished up the season yet. I am still blind as fuck. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I have not really heard anybody talking about season 3, except in that, like, season 3 is really good. When are you gonna watch it? The answer is now. I'm gonna start watching it now. We'll probably be doing 1 to 2 episodes per week. There will probably be weeks where we end up mid card to match and feel the desperate need to watch more episodes, and that's totally fine. We have got a built-in big buffer to do that with. So we got tons of Chihayafuru to watch, and that's what we're gonna do. So thank you if you've been patiently waiting for this. If you're just excited to see some new reactions to season 3, cool, great, thanks, awesome, lovely. Let's talk about what happened last time, because it was quite a while ago. I went and downloaded the last couple episodes of the previous season just so that I could go through them and remind myself of any of the things that have happened. So had a lot of tournaments being wrapped up in the last episodes of the last season, with Arato winning Class A over Shinobu. She had a bit of a fever, but didn't let that show the entire time. Taichi wins Class B, leading him finally into Class A the way that he wanted to, earning it, not being someone who runs away, all of that jazz, and doing it with the help of his memories of how Chihaya plays, which was pretty dope. Komano and Tsukuba won Classes C and D respectively, meaning that Misuzawa, with the exception of the ever-coveted Class A win, totally swept this fucking tournament. Yeah. Misuzawa Faito. Chihaya got injured over the course of the match with, it was with Rion, I believe. She got her finger jammed, and that eventually led to a discovery of an actual, like, syndrome with her finger, which was a problem, but it's now fixed, probably. And ended up doing some badass shit in her final match with Shinobu, but of course that didn't go quite according to plan, or it went perfectly according to plan, which was, yeah, Shinobu's gonna wipe you if you're playing at a disadvantage. You need to be tip-top shape to be able to fight that girl. So Chihaya spent some time in the hospital, kinda wingmaned a little bit with Taichi, and we got invited to a training camp with Fujisaki, which Taichi and Chihaya both decided to go on together. And that was kind of where we left off. Then we had the weird thing with the OVA, which was just goofy, and not great, but goofy. And I believe that we're going to be picking up where we left off with heading off to a training camp, assuming there's no time skip gappy thing. And I also really want to see a Fujisaki training camp, because there are a lot of characters there, and I really like the coach. She's also really fucking hot. Yeah, looking forward to it. Let's go to a training camp and play with the best of the best school, and see how they train and stuff. And we'll be able to maybe take that information back home and use it to better train up our newbies and things. Sounds fucking great. Let's do it. So, we're going to be watching Chihayafuru. This is your first time on a Teeaboo reaction, which is totally possible. There will be 2 versions of the reaction video, usually. There will be a picture-in-picture version, which you can find with the video up there, which you can find in the description, and a timer-based version up on YouTube. The timer-based version will have discussion at the end of each episode. I don't know what there will be to talk about, but I'll talk about what I want to talk about for as long as I want to talk about it, and then I'll stop. Yeah, so if you want to sync up your own copy of the episode with the timer-based version, you're welcome to do so. Just get your copy ready, because the beep timer to count you down will be coming at you shortly. And if you want the next episode's reaction, whatever the next reaction will be, I don't know how many episodes it'll be, I'll probably be recording that at about the time that the episode goes live on YouTube for public and stuff, and it'll be up later that day on Patreon if you want to go and grab it there. So just check that out if you want to. And let's dive into Chihayafuru Season 3, shall we? I've got episode 1 up and ready to go. Here's 0 seconds. As I said, there will be 2 versions, so if you're using the timer-based version, get your timer copy ready because the beep beep timer to count you down will be coming at you now. Ooh. I missed that. Okay, we're starting here. The important stuff. And he's moving to Tokyo, right? Right? I don't know about that, bud. I don't know about that, bud. As long as we got Karata. Hell yeah. OP? No. Episode 2. So we're doing reintroduction. Superhuman hearing. Oh. She's got a bit of a leg up. Rocketto stato? Is that what she said? I didn't hear. Yeah, but you'd train your body. Huh? Okay. Is she gonna get into it or just be completely weirded out? I'm just gonna tell her it's a good idea, right? I should have iced my tea. It's a hot day. Oh, we're gonna do this. Okay. A little bit of an actual explanation. Yeah, there's a lot. You're fucked. Those are really cute. Wow. Without causing a fault. Oh. A very useful little explanation that probably should have been there from the beginning. Gotta say it to the reader. Yeah, she's pretty serious about this shit. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. But she did take one. Always ready for another. Hi, Taichi. Oh. Yeah, you did. All right, we're hitting through all the beats. Playing with Chihaya. Yeah. Yeah. School year time? Well. Okay, this is the beginning of the this isn't now. And there is an OP. It's got very much the same feeling. But new song. Same band, probably. Who's she playing there? I don't think I recognize that character. Yeah, that's a moment. Hello. Hi, Megumu. So far, this is entirely composed of shots from the previous season, right? So will this be the permanent OP, or will we change it up next time? Hit us with some familiarity at first. Yeah. All right, what's their facility like? It's dope. And she's all about the physical training as well. Hmm. It's a lot of running stretches. Oh, 7 matches in a day. Oh boy. Huh. I like that. Motivational speech plus training montage simultaneously. Awesome. This is a perfect way to do a, like, reveal my full power thing, where she's doing great, but then she takes the cast off and just, like... The strongest challenger. Hey, that's cool. Makoto-san? Oh, it's that one, right. Okay. Uh-huh. Has she been promoted? That was the thing that happened. Oh. Oh. Carta. Mm-hmm. Hmm? That frame was fucking pretty. I'm gonna write down the timestamp for that one. I want to look at it again. Love talk. I think that's fair. You're an idiot. Yeah, good question. Oh, really? Is he just gonna do that every sentence he says? Well, he curls his fucking hair. Okay, he's just gonna keep doing it. Hi, Retro. What is on your head, bud? I feel like we've seen it a couple times. Damn. Damn, boy's on a roll. Weird man's got a point. Weird man's got a point. That was another really pretty frame. So, you want to find out more about Taichi, do ya? I can support that decision. Hello, my favorite. What's she doing for the summer? Stamina, bro. Yeah, not so much. Hmm. I forget who that is. Oh, it's Rion. Okay. All 3 matches? Ugh. Just death. Look at death in the face. And you're the one to give it to her. That looked really good. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's why she's a lovable goober. What? Alright, this is the episode when one chance to wow us with some karate goodness. Yeah. You gotta use your hearing speed. There we go. Reaction time. Dude, she is winded, though. Get that girl some chocolate. Blood sugar. I just gonna say that every fucking time. I don't know how I feel about that. Actually, I do know how I feel about it. I fucking hate him. He might grow on me, but Jesus. He's trying to bulk. It's a hard life. She's the reader, right? Oh, Jesus. Oh, and she's a landowner. Okay. Rice problems? Like lack of rice or Jesus. I like Rion. Got a gauntlet. Hmm. Smart. It's a really good question. I don't know. But I have a feeling the writer does. She is pure greed. She's just getting better and better, though. Exponential curve. Love to see it. Dead card. Hmm. Hmm. Gotta be able to wipe your mind of the previous match. Stamina, stamina, stamina. So many elements. Oh! Hmm. That tracks with Shinobu. And I'll take the Yuri goggles off. See something special. Do you want to compete? Hmm. She was trying to give it to her too. It sure is. You kick everybody's ass. High or low? Oh. No ko te. Okay. Fucking ASMR up in here. Thank you. Wow. Huh? Okay. 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 We're just gonna skip over the. Oh. Is the camp over? Or do they just going home for like for the night? I assume it's just going home for the night. Hmm. He's fucking serious. I don't know if he'll be able to do it. Awaken the beast. Oh wow. Hmm. Bit of a where do you find your. Oh my god, it's over. It just ended. Okay. Cool. That was a great first episode. I think the first thing that I want to note is that, like, coming back into this, I noticed a few things that kind of fall by the wayside or just become rote or usual as you're watching Chihayafuru for a full 24-ish episode season. Character designs. I think I've said this every time I've started a season of Chihayafuru. They're really fucking solid. Really distinct, really attractive. Just like visually to look at, they are attractive, as well as like if you imagine them as being people, they are attractive people. But more than that, they're attractive character designs. They're good to look at. They're not over designed. They're relatively simple. They are believably real people, and that's cool. The second thing is the general pace and flow between scenes is absolutely stellar. The third thing is, God, I love the music. Oh my God, please help. Why doesn't everything have music that's like this? God, it would make so many shows that are not that good so good if they just had music of the caliber and knew how to use their music. That's the other big thing, because like you can write a distinctive theme with a distinctive trill in it, and use it terribly throughout your episodes, and it doesn't have the intended effect. You don't draw connections between types of scenes when things start playing, but man, they use it. They use their music library perfectly every fucking time, and it makes the whole thing flow and feel much better and gives us as viewers a fantastic indicator of like how we're supposed to be feeling during any given scene. It's lovely. And then on the not so super amazing side, this isn't like a crazy Sakuga show. It's a show that looks damn good and creates pretty similar locations constantly. A lot of which occur just like on a blank tatami mat in a random room. Um but all of those locations feel good and the characters fit within them, so it doesn't really bother me. And beyond that, it's not a super highly animated show. There are lots of slidey scenes. Slidey scene, we can go to pretty much anywhere in the episode. Oh, not there. Slidey scene, slidey scene, slidey scene. Slidey scene. Just slow pans over essentially still frames. Now, that could be a detriment to the show, but two things. One, it's kind of how Madhouse makes shows. It's sort of what they do. They're great at it. I mean, if you watch Hunter x Hunter, or Hunter x Hunter, it's got a lot of slidey scenes too. It just also has action in between. Karute's action sequences are the fights, I guess. But more than that, they're the internal monologue moments, and those are the coolest things for me. I don't know. Lots of slidey scenes. But I never really notice or care because they show me what I want to be seeing during any given cut, and they're generally engaging and have things going on, or the dialogue is carrying them, or the music is carrying them, or whatever. Fuck. It's really good. And then, of course, in each slidey scene, the characters are pretty much always completely on model and look really good and are well shaded and well put together, and the show looks great. As far as this episode's composition, we get intro, via recap, sort of. We bounce along through a bunch of different elements of Chihaya's learning Karute and her relationship with Taichi and Arata, which is great. And then we get this little thing where she has a like middle school friend and teaches her a little bit of the basics of how to play, which is really useful as a bit of a refresher for like, oh, that's how this game works. That's right. Good. And then we touch on the motivations and stakes behind each of our major characters and bring ourselves up into the present with an OP that is at present made up entirely, I believe, of reused shots. We'll see if that remains the way the visuals for the OP function. I'm kind of expecting that they'll do something different since they usually do something different, but we'll see. Then beyond that, we set up the training camp. Lots of characters. Don't like this guy very much. He Yoroshiku motherfucker. I do not like him. That's okay. I do like Hyodo. He's great. He's the best. In that he's the worst. And there were two faces that I wanted to see again. One is at 9:45-ish. Is it this one? It is this one. That's a really pretty frame. The fine lines here, thickness around the eyelashes. It's a really pretty frame. Okay, and then there's one more at 12:10. When she's looking in. Is it that one with the shaka face? It is, yeah, alright. Again, that's really pretty. Light coming in from the window, becoming almost overexposed at the highlight here, and then gradienting out. Each of these shadows and light areas is gradiented, but really subtly. Like, this is darker than this. You see what I mean? The point of this area under her chin is darker slightly than the point next to her eye. It has a lot of, I don't know what to call it, verisimilitude? I don't know. I hate that word. But it does. It's really nice. And then the sort of internal glow in her eyes. This is really pretty. Cool. All right. And I like that we're focusing a bit on Rion again. I'm finding out a little bit more about her. A little bit more about what she wants. This is good. I think that Chihaya is definitely going to learn some interesting things at this camp, and at the very least going to improve some physical stuff. How will that translate to her actual right-handed play is kind of the question. It's like, oh, I don't know. I feel like there's a trope that's on the tip of my tongue that I'm reaching for, like the martial artist trains to with only kicks, and then the martial artist gets better at punching too because reasons. I feel like there's a thing there, but I don't know. It's restricted training. She has to think more about how she plays as opposed to just relying on her instincts and incredible reaction time. She has to really up her game in different ways to make her left-handed play feel viable. And I wonder if all of that will be able to be translated to her right-handed play. She's thinking a lot about game sense at the moment and what that means and how she can achieve it. And And that's not something that's like dependent on which hand you're using, and probably is the most important thing for someone like Chihaya. So curious to see how we build that out. Curious to see what happens with all of the various relationships in the show. I honestly expect nothing will happen with any of the relationships because it's much better for an ongoing series to refrain from entering any of its characters into a serious like romantic thing, and much better to keep up a will they won't they. But the will they won't they that Chihayafuru has done up to this point has been pretty solid, and so I don't have much of a problem with it. I'm just also not going to expect that any of these ships will genuinely sail. Still gonna stick on the Chihaya and Taichi mostly train. Makes sense. We'll have to see. In any case, this was episode 1 of season 3 of Chihayafuru. I liked it. It was good. I'm curious to see what they change about the OP, if anything. And I'm curious to see just how this season goes and develops. Next episode should be our first full episode, given that we had a good portion of this one dedicated to recap, or just things that were highly predictable from the way that season 2 ended off. Like, oh, they're going to go to a summer camp. We got to establish the training camp and what they do there. We'll see what happens with a full episode next time. I kind of wish we had seen the Taichi versus Chihaya match, but maybe it just wasn't as important. Maybe we'll get it next episode. I don't know. All in all, I think this was a pretty solid first episode with the reintroduction of themes and important moments to refresh our memories of who everybody is and what they're all about, and then moving into some explanation of what Karuta is, which is really nice, and then some actual setup for the rest of the season. Awesome. Well, I'm going to take a quick break, do a little syncy thing to make sure all my tracks are synced up for editing later, and then we will come back in just a moment for episode 2 of season 3 of Chihayafuru. So I will see you in a moment. Peace. All right, welcome back. We are good to go for season 3. I almost said season 2, episode 3. Season 3, episode 2 of Chihayafuru. And my tea is finally at a drinkable temperature, which is nice. So let's do it. Beep beep timer. Oh, we're gonna do a little, yeah. Gonna announce that you're leaving. Need this? Mmm. Okay, yeah, we got new visuals. Okay, good. That would have been super lame. Alright, and instead it's super cool. All here. As though the previous experience frames all of the current experiences. That's pretty clever. This is a different song, isn't it? Yeah. Hey, that's quite a cut. Super smooth. Sweet, into it. Aww. Aww. He's not, but he wants to compete in teams. Join us. Nope. So are we gonna set up a whole second team? There's no way. There's no way. That'll be cool though. Maybe things he learned defending Chihaya. I like that subtle little spin there. Oh, cool. To keep her sharp. Huh. Hello. Okay. I'm sure you do. Yeah, people hear. And one appears. No? Okay. Hey. Just like somebody else, you know. Yeah. It's the home, right? Oh, it's this guy. Jesus, I forgot about him. I was kind of happy to have forgotten about him. Realistic goals. Card to queen. I mean, yeah. Cool. Blotting paper for calligraphy? Uh, Good try, Wingman Kana. But that is the strength of their relationship. And they're getting touchy-feely. He's pretty fucking serious right now. Go for every card, man. He's catching up. Oh. Damn. Be nice to Komano, please. You would know. Oh, buddy. Let's not go crazy. Also, what the fuck are those? So, somebody go smack him. To tap them? Oh. Oh. Okay. But you'll maybe find out something you didn't know about your right hand. She's getting good. Fight me. Yeah, sweetie. Better watch out. And you have to be more focused as well, yep. That's great to see. We're all aiming for the top. Mm. Oh, hi. What's wrong, Empress? Huh? Huh? You can't wait, what? Yeah. And then in your yeah. Something'll happen. We'll figure something out. Run away from school and become a truant. Hmm. I don't know if that's how it works, but okay. Oh, Kana's so it's fucking perfect. Wow, that's some stuff. All right, hold on. I need to reread that at some point. That's a really good mentality. But she's not allowed to. Of course she would choose the... Oh, these are all the poems that they wrote? Oof. Ooh. Eh? Holy shit, Deathbed Sensei. That's some real talk. Oh, that's him, man. All right. He plays the fool. Okay. +1 respect points to Deathbed Sensei. Sweet. If only it had less stitches, it would look like the Symphogear symbol. Just saying. Sorry, Symphogear has taken over my entire brain, and I don't know what to do about it. Except for watch more Symphogear. See you on Friday, guys. Sweet. How's it gonna feel? Oh yeah, she's kicking ass. Getting her to do that. Fight me! I don't know if that's enough in that situation, but sure. Go? Oh, posture. Partly. Cool, so we got a tournament before the queen stuff. Sweet, we can figure out where we stand. Is it blue? Oh, that's right, yeah, you have one. Darn it, I wanted to see that blue one. It was really pretty. The one in the OP. Oh, totally. Totally. Haha. It said queen on it, right? We'll see. Nice shirts. Mmm. Yoroshiku. Just call him Cheers. That works. Damn right she does. Hmm. Hmm. Propolis jelly? Ugh. She's trying. I would be afraid of love potions. I've seen too much Penguindrum to not be afraid of love potions. Why do I feel heat emanating from you? Sick. Holy shit. Please no. Never. Aww. +1 shipping points. +1. Mm. Hi, Pseudo. Well, we have to skip it anyway, maybe, kind of. Oh. Yeah. Clever boy. Right. Seat in that bracket. Yamai Makoto. Oh, Jesus. Don't worry, it's just a tsundere. You can take care of this, Chihaya. Wow, Ririka's grown up. Wait, was that Ririka? Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. We're gonna end before this really gets started, right? No, we got like 5 minutes left. Okay. Ooh. Welcome to the struggle. Yeah. I'm sorry, Satomu. Fight on. Yeah. Yeah. That's great. All right, that's a little much on the slaps. Kana. +1 shipping points. Sorry. Kana. I think you really might be best girl. I should start keeping track of best girl points, best boy points, and shipping points. That would be fun. Wow, Pseudo's down to 1 card. 1 card, man. That's quite a pile of sweat. I believe in you, Nikamon-kun. Aww. He very well might be. Oh, he's thinking ahead for the... Aww. Individual match is a team match. Huh. This track, though. That's a great way of rephrasing it. And actually making sense out of a statement that was always awesome, but never made that much sense. Thank you, show. We're setting up all these little mini rivalries. All these individual character motivations. Ooh. This is really pretty. Visually. The song kind of bumps. I associate those flowers with death now, so... Thanks, Kimetsu no Yaiba. All right, so there goes our first true episode, I would say, of Chihayafuru, given that the first episode was so focused on other things. Now, the first thing that stands out to me after finishing this episode is I want to know how many tensions did we set up over the course of this one 22 and 45 second episode? 22 minutes and 45 seconds. That's the time that we have, minus OP, minus ED. So, about 20 minutes. That's the time that we have in order to set things up and actually do stuff on screen. How many individual character tensions did we set up or establish in this episode? A lot. First thing out of the gate is Arata wants to make a team. Boom, tension. Can't do it. No, none of the people who approach him are like right for the goal, but he wants to play against the other team. Got something he wants to do, can't do. Next sequence, Chihaya. She wants to be the queen. Sequence after that, Taichi wants to beat her. Is really, really into it. Immediately afterward, literally everybody spouts off some level of a tension for themselves, some kind of a goal. Sumire wants to get more serious. Komono actually wants to progress. Nikomon wants to get better as well. Everybody wants Class A. Everybody wants to compete in the top tier of play. Fucking awesome. Okay. And then we introduce the biggest tension of all. We can't go to the Queen qualifier match. We can't do it. It's not going to be allowed by the school. We might anyway, but it's not going to be allowed by the school. So we're going to have to figure out a clever way to do it. Boom, tension. And then there's this, which we'll talk about. We'll get to that. Move through this, Taichi and Chihaya, a little bit more tension there. And then we move into Miyauchi actually being scared that they're going to do this. We do a setup of all the major teams in play for the karate competition that we're going into, and set up tensions for the senseis and the leaders of the squads to actually go through this. And then bam, we hit it with a massive internal conflict for Komano, who has been a source of that over the course of these seasons for sure. He's not good enough yet. And he knows that, and he's doubting himself, and we get to see him go into it and get into this really great in terms of a visual and auditory thing, and also just a character moment where he's smacking himself and getting way too in his own head until Kana arrives and it's like, bro, we got this, chill out, we can take it at our own pace, and I'm here to support you. Awesome. And then we do this with Nikomon, which is amazing. It's great. How many was that? I don't know how many that was. That was a lot. It's way more than a general show would normally put into one episode. Usually you introduce like one or two things, and then you figure them out, and then you move on to the next one or two things. This just laid all the things out on the floor, and there are like a billion other characters that we haven't interacted with over the course of this season yet. Jesus. This is what I mean by the pace of this show is kind of nuts. You can look at it on the surface and be like, oh, there's maybe a match every episode, maybe two. Not much progression, not much time passing, but there are character moments passing, and that's what matters in the context of the story. And there are a lot of them, and they are densely packed. That's fucking wonderful. Okay, other notes. New OP. We'll get used to it as we move along, and we'll be watching it every week, probably twice a week or more. I didn't notice a ton of things that were like super duper crazy in here, or that I necessarily wanted to look at again. I mean, I'm sorry. There are things that I wanted to look at again, but there aren't a ton of things that seem like they're brand new characters being introduced or things that we don't recognize. But there are some really great visual things going on here. First off, I love the color scheme of this light blue. One of my favorite colors is turquoise, aquamarine, and this nails it. Contrasted with the purple, and then contrasted again with the red of the... Fuck, I forgot what those flowers are called. Are they red camellias? They look like camellias, but they're red. I don't know what they are. Whatever. Or are they poppies? I don't know what they are. Fuck it. It's really pretty. That's all. And then the next sequence is interesting. We show all of these new matches that don't actually occur in this location being framed within that location. And I mentioned it as it appeared as a cool thing, but like in terms of the story, all of the things that are occurring now are necessarily framed by the experiences of the characters beforehand, specifically the experiences that they had in this room that introduced them to Karata. Everything else leads from that and is inevitably surrounded by it. And I think that's a really cool visual thing. So then we go to Chihaya walking in her own direction with Arata on one side and Taichi on the other. One of our major core conflicts of the show, not like a conflict, but it's one of the things that the show stands on as a pillar, is that both these guys are into this girl and she's going off on her own, maybe. And then I don't really know what to think about this one. I'm not sure if we're framing her as a Karuta card herself. I think that's what we're doing. Either way, it's a really pretty visual. And then there's this sequence, which is our major, I would call it a Sakuga cut for the OP. There are portions of the beginning that are in 24, and then 12. I just want to frame by frame the whole thing, just to see if there are variants between the ones and the twos. There. Okay, you see that? Okay, that's really cool. So once we get to there, at that particular moment, there's a point where we jump from on twos, so 1 and 1 and, to 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1, and then we jump back. So just in that moment as we cross past her arm, you can feel it in the flow of the sequence. And I think it's matched with the yeah, and the flare of light up here. That's neat. It gives a really dynamic feeling to the shot. Super cool shot. All right. Okay. And lots of things occurring behind Chihaya's eye. Lots of cards falling. Lots of words flying around. And then we move into Arata being a goober, because he's a bit of a goober, which is pretty nice. And unfortunately, none of the people who want to maybe play with him are actually the kind of people that he wants to play with. Lots of great character moments, and Kana's all sad that they didn't actually get a thing done. A lot of establishment of where the rest of the cast is at this point in time and what they're all about. And then we get to this moment, which I wrote down as 940, which is right here. When you're lost, why not think about what you want to build up within yourself and try to focus on that? That is a far-reaching and important statement, I think. Kana is kind of full of those as our resident poetry expert. She does speak in verse sometimes, but I don't think this is really necessarily speaking in verse. I think it's just speaking the truth, the true. How do I put this? When you're lost or in a difficult place, somewhere that I've been, and I think that everyone, as just a general part of the human condition, ends up in at some point. There are probably some people watching this video who feel like they are lost. And maybe you're using videos like this one as a bit of a crutch to give you something to get your mind off of the shit that's going wrong in your life. And shit goes wrong in our lives. It's part of the way that existence works, and it sucks. But when that happens, it's really easy to get caught up in trying to figure out what's wrong, or what's causing your pain, or just trying to avoid it. And one of the most amazing things that you can do for yourself is, instead of trying to avoid it, is working your way through it by focusing on something that you actually want to accomplish, something that you can improve in yourself. For a lot of people, that's something simple and repetitive, like exercise, or learning to draw, or learning better handwriting, or playing a certain game and getting really good at it. Like, not just playing it for entertainment, not just wasting time doing it, but actually practicing your skills at it and trying to hone something for your own purposes. And if it's something that maybe you can fold into work or something financial. You know, if it's knitting, maybe you knit things and put them on Etsy, and that's cool. If it's something that has a corollary and a way to make money off of it, or a way to see returns or be public about it, then that's awesome. For me, in a lot of the case, it's looking at and understanding anime. And that's what I've chosen to do with my life at this point, is to watch a whole lot of anime and try to figure out how it works, because it's the most fascinating thing in the world to me. But when you're lost and you're in a dark place or just a difficult place, one of the best things that you can do is find something that you find a little bit fulfilling. And I understand that, especially if you feel like you're depressed, it can be hard to find fulfillment in anything. But to find something you want to build up within yourself, and that particular choice of phrasing is so right, because it builds. Whatever it is, if you can find a skill that you want to acquire, however terrible at it you are at the moment, start. Start trying. If it's drawing, get some paper and a pencil. It's all you're ever gonna really need. Look up videos on how artists draw. Look up, there are tons of free books on it. We live in an age where almost any skill or activity is accessible to you. You can find the rules to any type of game of skill or chance. You can find the the works of hundreds and hundreds of years of people who have come before you, who have studied and dedicated themselves to practicing and attempting different things, whether that's getting swole, or drawing really well, or composing and writing a really excellent sentence, or making music, whatever it is. We live in a time where if you have the ability to watch this video, then you have the ability to go and find any of that if you want it. Most of it for free if you're willing to search around a little bit. So look for something that you want to build up within yourself and then start, because it is a building process. However bad you are at it at the start, you can start laying down the foundations of a different person. And the magic of doing this is that we as people, humans, we thrive on it. We thrive on building ourselves. It changes us. It makes us better. It makes us feel better because we are better. So, this little statement by Kana, this really resonated with me, and I'm looking forward to more little drops of wisdom from her. This was a really cool moment in this episode. There was another really cool moment in this episode, which is where I've been calling him Deathbed Sensei, because I completely forget his actual name, and he sounds like he's about to die every time he coughs. I know it's cruel, but it works for now. The moment where he comes in, I skipped over it. Where he comes in and talks to... No, it's when he's talking to the class. Yeah. So he starts it off by indicting those people who are laughing at the ones whose poems have been put out for other people to view. This is an interesting thing. It's really easy to sit back and point and laugh, or make fun of those who are willing to put themselves out there when you're not yourself. It's a real easy position to just look at something and go, that's pretty shit. And I'm guilty of this too. It's not as though I'm capable of creating an anime, even a bad one. It's not a chance. And to criticize maybe outside the bounds of what I truly understand, and that's fine. I will still continue to do my best about it. But he starts off with that and leads into this. We get the most serious shot of this sensei character ever, and during this whole sequence, he essentially drops the cough and the phlegminess that the voice actor has been doing for him, and tells us, learn the pain of creating something. Holy macaroni. And once you've learned that pain and understand it, resolve yourself to show lenience to others, because other people are struggling to create their thing too. Jesus Christ. I don't really come to Chihayafuru to get wisdom dropped on me, but man, do I appreciate it when it happens. And we got two big wisdoms, big wisdom, in this episode. Boom and boom. And all of the it's a really well done scene because a lot of the students just like kind of heckle him afterward, just like, "Oh, where'd you get that quote? You get it from somebody else? Haha." When it's being made visually and through the sound cues, being made relatively clear to us that this is his own like thing and he's trying to leave his students with something serious and he's going to get through to a couple of them, the ones that were kind of taken aback by his statement the same way that I was as an audience member. He's going to leave this with them. Some of them won't understand it, but some of them will, and this is a gift that he's giving to them. All of that conveyed through a relatively simple scene. That's pretty cool. That's some stuff. That's some goodness. That's some show. I like it. I really appreciate that. All right, and then we lead into tournaments begin, and then eventually into Tsutomu's deal, which is rough. But Kana gets one best girl point for being there. I think she also gets a best girl point for saying what she said earlier in the episode. So that's 2 points to Kana. I'm gonna have to keep track of these, or just not, and just hand them out willy nilly and forget about it. We'll see. In any case, this is a really solid episode of Chihayafuru. And as I said, it's kind of the first episode of the season. The actual first episode of the season was more like, let's recap some stuff, get you back in the mood, do a little bit of a karata foreplay, show you what we're dealing with. Then here we hit you with all of the things at once. Jesus. And now we're in tournament straight away. I like this show. Okay, I think we're going to wrap there. I've been Teeaboo. This has been Chihayafuru, episodes 1 and 2 of Season 3. I hope you've enjoyed these couple of episodes as much as I have, and I hope you'll join me for the ride of the rest of the season. I'm sure we will reach insane hype levels. Not Symphogear hype levels, just saying watch Symphogear. No, like really, go and watch Symphogear. It's the best thing in the world. I'm sorry for shilling Symphogear on a Chihayafuru video, but I can't help it. My entire brain has been taken over by this. Yeah, we're gonna reach some crazy hype levels and maybe have some cool character moments, and hey, maybe we'll continue dropping some dope wisdom. I'd be down for that. That sounds great. Glad to be back in the Chihayafuru mood. I didn't really realize how much I missed it, and I did miss it. It's nice. It's straightforward, but it's also got some little things to it that are not so straightforward. That's pleasant. Anyway, me Teeaboo, this Chihayafuru 1 and 2. Next week we'll watch 3 and 4. If you want next week's reaction a week early, again, you can head over to Patreon and grab that for yourself, and help support what I do, which is really nice. And if you already are supporting what I do, thank you. I love you. Yeah, let's end there. See you next week. Peace.